Sweep the land.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, then I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, they carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. I'm masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about, I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Hey everyone, Joe here, just coming to you with the final for our Wings of World War II group build over at HLI that we're participating in. I got to post some photos there, but this is what we've got for our 1/48 scale Hasegawa SBD-3 Dauntless. So a little bit about the Dauntless. The Dauntless obviously was a World War II aircraft, considered a scout plane and a dive bomber. The SBD stood for Scout Bomber Douglass, and was the United States Navy's main carrier-based scout dive bomber from mid-1940 through mid-1944. Its nickname was Slow But Deadly, from its initials, SBD. And so some of you might have thought that that's what it stood for officially, but it's actually Scout Bomber Douglass. It is considered the most effective dive bomber of World War II. It destroyed more ships than any other aircraft, any other bomber. It was considered a plus on aircraft as well as a fighter, which means that it destroyed more aircraft than it lost. So an all-around wonderful aircraft from the SBD 1 through 5. It was then replaced by SB-2C Helldiver eventually in 1944. But yeah, all around a great performance aircraft. And this is what we've got so far here. We've got a little bit of the clay wash in there for the panel lining. It did an okay job. For whatever reason, we used the VMS varnish on here, the gloss, and then the semi-gloss for the finish. But after the gloss, the clay varnish that I like to use, which is the UMP, didn't want to play nice with this particular VMS varnish, and I'm not real sure why. I haven't had an issue with any other ones, but it just didn't flow as well. And so it was a bit of a problem. But all in all, it came out looking pretty good. Had some difficulties with the landing gear. We're going to focus in here on the 230 cals in the back. And you can notice we added a armament feed to it. So we added the bullet chain, and we used the aftermarket decals. We used the aftermarket parts for that as well. And the two things that we used on here for the barrels, what we went ahead and used were the 148 scale Airmaster Series 30 cals, because that's what they were. It just looks way, way better than the 2 plastic barrels, even though I didn't get them in straight, but so be it. And then we used the Gas Patch Elite Accessories flexible 30 cal belt and painted it up with a little bit of brass. It looks like it needs another once over though. Probably handled it just a little bit too much and it came off, but that's what we got going on. You can see the canopy doesn't quite fit for the main pullback. If you want it in the closed position, it would fit fine, but to have it in the open position, it doesn't. So that is what it is. Can't do too much about it. You can also see that it's not quite wide enough. So just a note to self on this kit, if you're going to use it, you're going to have to widen it out a little bit more. Oh well, it's going on the shelf. So you can see our flaps in the up position. I now completely understand why people went and got the photo etch set. I would recommend you go get the photo etch set to do this as well. The plastic ones are just too thick. They don't drill out very well. I could have done a way better job cleaning this up, but we have our engine dirtied up a little bit, chipped up obviously. We didn't chip the propeller this time through, and we've got our 2 50 cal gun barrels that I put in. That's the typical ones I throw in there, and I just think it looks way better than the plastic rod essentially that would have been put in there. Decals went on really, really well. They dulled down perfectly. So just super happy about this build all in all. A fun aircraft. Definitely recommend to go out and get it. Like I said, just watch out for a few things. You can see I oversprayed on the cockpit area, so please understand that. And again, you're going to have to widen that glass. And let's take a look at the bottom here. So here's the bottom. We have our bomb in place. Not too much on that. We got to weather it up. We got to dirt it up just a tad bit, not too much. We got a little oil leaking out from underneath the cowling, and overall, and cut the decals out where the vents are. You can see that. Otherwise, it would have just been right over top of them. And again, we got the red on the inside of our flats for the air brakes. Again, definitely recommend getting the PE for that. All in all, a great build. I highly recommend it. Go over to HLI, HobbyLink International, and sign up. Again, a forum style website. Definitely a really cool place to be. So go check it out. And until next time, everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Take care.